Pride for him, for sure. All right, Jessica's back. We've got some storms to talk about.
Yes, we do. We are going to talk about some storms heading away for tomorrow and the potential for a little bit of that haze and smoke to come along with them. We've been talking about that smoke kind of through the weekend.
Will the storms do anything to the smoke?
You know, it kind of mixes them up, but here's the thing. It's part of a cold front, and that cold front's kind of transporting some heavier areas of smoke. So this is kind of that near surface smoke. So this is closer to the surface. We've had some of that in place for the last couple of days. If you look off to the west, we got a much higher concentration of that smoke towards, say, Chicago and beyond. That's on the other side of this cold front that's going to be heading our way. So we're going to watch this very closely. Right now, with the way the winds are going to move, the model expectation is that that heavier smoke really doesn't quite make it to our area. It gets dispersed kind of through the atmosphere a little more as it tries to head our way, but that's something we'll be watching over the next day or two here. In the meantime, tonight we do still have a little bit of that near surface smoke lingering. Some of that has been improving as we've gone through the last few hours here, really kind of through the evening, starting to disperse a little bit and see a little bit of improvement with that haze that's kind of just hung around the area for much of the weekend. We got to look towards downtown Cleveland, a little bit clearer than it's been the past few nights, again, because we're starting to see a little bit of that smoke breaking up. We've also got some clearer skies out there, at least for Cleveland right now, 63 degrees. We are in for some quiet conditions tonight. We had some showers earlier this morning, this afternoon, especially south of the lakeshore. Those are all well off to the east at this point. Quiet conditions with us for tonight. But off to the west, we do have a cold front that is approaching our way. I mentioned that higher concentration of smoke is on the other side of that cold front. But we're going to watch really this line of showers and storms. We see that across northern Indiana, and especially what we see going back into areas of Illinois and Missouri. We're going to inherit some of the leftovers of that tonight and into tomorrow. As far as severe weather is concerned for tonight, it's really focused off to the south. A lot of watches and warnings across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, especially west and kind of north of the city. They had warnings for winds up to 80 to 90 miles per hour with some of these severe storms. So for tonight, that is the focus of any severe weather. So we are going to stay mostly quiet, fairly mild, temperatures pretty seasonal in the lower 60s. As we get into that National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast, tomorrow we are really going to have a couple different options of how things are going to play out. We're going to show you two models here, highlight a couple of the differences and what those differences could mean to how things actually play out tomorrow. This model is our graph model. It's kind of the house model, if you will, for our graphic system. By the time we get into tomorrow morning, 6, 7 o'clock, this would already have rain arriving for our western areas and then kind of spreading across for everyone as we head towards lunchtime. So that keeps us with more cloud cover, scattered showers, doesn't really allow anywhere a chance to warm up too much or any sunshine to help warm us up. With that being said, that kind of limits our potential for anything strong to severe to pop up through the second half of the day. It also, this model, will clear us out a little bit faster in terms of that rain. It really has most of us dry by about 5, 6 o'clock. So that is one model for tomorrow. Now we're going to look at the HER model. This is kind of a rapid refresh model. This one by 6:30 still has that rain off to our west. It's a little slower with getting that to arrive through the morning hours. With that being the case, some of our areas off east of I-71 would have a chance to heat up during the morning hours. And then as that line approaches, that means we could see some of those storms become possibly strong to severe if they've got a little more fuel to pull from. This model would also have that chance for showers and storms kind of sticking around a little bit later into the afternoon, possibly that evening commute before exiting as we go through the rest of the evening. So we're going to watch all of those conditions very closely through the day tomorrow. Again, what happens in the morning is kind of going to determine what happens through the afternoon. Damaging winds possibility with this. Heavy rain definitely a concern. Large hail and isolated tornado not out of the question, but not the primary factors. As we get into Tuesday, though, things really start to change around. We'll have some sunshine returning, temperatures into the 70s. Should be a really nice day and more nice days ahead as we get to the middle part of the week with that Medina Country Club extended forecast. Wednesday in particular looks great. Sunshine and temperatures back into the 80s. We'll hold those low 80s at least through the end of the work week.